Hey everybody, Scott Wilkinson here at CEDIA Expo 2013. I'm talking with Joey Perfito of Tributaries, and Joey, you've got some new product to show us?
I do. The first product I have is an HDMI extender. Now, when we talk about HDMI extenders, most everybody thinks about HDMI over Cat5 or Cat6,
right,
or even coax.
Or fiber.
Yeah, or fiber. But this one is actually HDMI cable. All right, so think about all the cables in the wall that we've been installing for the last 7-8 years that are 10 meters, 12 meter, 15 meter cables.
Yeah.
They're not
pushing the limits of HDMI.
Oh yeah, they're most of them aren't going to be high speed.
Right.
So they'll work with your basic 1080p signal, maybe 3D, but definitely not 4K and deep color. So what this unit does is it upgrades the cable from a standard HDMI cable to high speed and allows that cable to pass those higher data transfers.
And how, pray tell, does it do this?
So it's all video equalization.
Ah, okay.
So what's nice about it is there's no HDCP handshake. It passes right through, so you don't have to worry about any incompatibility issues with this product.
Now, I've often heard, or sometimes heard, about HDMI cables being equalized, but HDMI is transferring digital information, just
Correct.
zeros and ones. It's a square wave.
Right.
So how will equalization help that?
Well, it's more timing.
Ah.
It's timing. So your red, green, and blue, or your TMDS channels need to arrive at exactly
At the same time. Yeah.
So that's basically what it's doing.
Okay. And is that what this is? Or here that we got in front of
That's what this product is right here. It goes at the end of the run, not at the beginning.
Okay.
And it's powered.
So it cleans up what might have been lost in the run.
Right. And it's powered by a USB cable.
Oh, so you have to plug it into a USB port somewhere.
Yep. So most TVs.
Okay, here's the power cord, yep. And then it's just got HDMI one side and the other.
Exactly. Yep. So it's a 10-inch dongle, and it'll fit behind TVs that are mounted on the wall.
Now I see it has two LEDs here. What do those indicate?
Those help for troubleshooting. If there's anything wrong, there's going to be a blinking red light, or both lights are on. There's some type of communication error.
All right. So you stick this at the end of the run,
yep.
And then you put the TV into this with a short HDMI cable.
Well,
no, you plug this right.
Yeah, this is
okay. You plug this into the into the TV or the display.
Yep.
And the HDMI cable coming out of the wall goes in here, and cleans it up.
Yep. There's one caveat I do want to mention because this is important.
Okay. This
only works with cables that have no electronics built into the connector head.
Ah, so the red mirror cables.
Red mirror and Tributaries Go technology, which we used to sell.
Right.
This does not work with that technology.
Ah.
So that is one important piece of information to note.
Well, the red mirror cables are, and perhaps the Tributaries as well, were meant to have longer cable runs without degradation, or with less degradation.
But there are some that are standard at 50 or 60 meters.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I'm sorry, not that long, but 60 feet, 80 feet. That that cable can't be upgraded. Once it's there,
in the wall, there it is.
Right.
Okay. Well, what else have you brought to show us?
Well, Tributaries is under an umbrella of another company called Gordon J. Gow Technologies. About 2 years ago, we decided that we needed to come out with some higher end cables. Now, most of the community thinks of Tributaries as a value product. We did have some high end stuff, but nothing in the $2,000-$3,000 range. We decided that calling these cables Tributaries wasn't a good idea because people still would think it was just the home theater cable. So we came up with a new brand called Claris. So it's kind of like Toyota and Lexus. We all know it's the same company,
right?
But it's different. So Claris is a higher-end cable company, cables designed by a gentleman named Jay Victor. And Jay Victor is a well-known cable designer in the industry. He's worked with a lot of other companies over the years. And these are patented cables that only Gordon J. Gow or Claris has. Nobody else has the rights to these products, and there's about 7 or 8 patents on the cables.
Wow. What distinguishes them?
Good question. So when you're a cable manufacturer or a cable company like Tributaries and you go to a manufacturer and you want these cables built a certain way, they'll build them for you, but they're going to ask for a 5,000 meter minimum quantity, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't get it right, costs a lot of money. Well, Jay has a special relationship with that manufacturer, and he can go back and he can go and buy the product for only 100 meters, and if he needs to change anything in the cable, he can go back and make those changes, and his research and development costs are a lot less.
Sure, so he orders 100 meters at a certain design, he's able to test it and work it, people can use it, and he finds out how he can improve it.
Exactly.
And then implement that without having 5,000 meters sitting around the warehouse.
Yeah. Or using it and the cable's not as good as they were hoping it.
Right. Because
So,
of course, theory and practice are two different things.
Exactly. And this is all theory. When it comes to cable, a lot of it can't be proven. So one of the theories that we use for these cables is the idea that high frequencies tend to run on thinner gauge conductors. Low frequencies tend to run on thicker gauge conductors. So Jay played around with the configurations and the different strands and came up with thin and thick gauge conductors. And there's actually a flat conductor in there, a long flat conductor that's there to help support mid-range frequencies.
Huh.
Yeah, so in the end, the result is a broader sound stage, clearer highs, clearer mid-range, and more punch in the bass response. We've been selling Clairs for 2 years now. We've had great success with the product. We continue to put on new dealers. It's been really fun selling these products.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for telling us about
You're very
your great
welcome.
products.
You're very welcome.